Anyways, welcome to the next episode. Vague, continue with your point about Doctor Who.
Right, I watched, because the sort of reboot happened years ago. Well, not years ago, but a few years ago. And they started with Christopher Eccleston, who did one series, and he was the best one.
Wait, do you mean, was he the bald guy that wore the motorcycle outfit?
Yes!
Everyone complains about him, that I've heard.
Oh, that's because everybody who
is a fan of smaller?
No. That's because everyone who was a fan of Doctor Who is really mainly a fan of David Tennant, and by just being a fan of David Tennant, a fan of Matt Smith. I'm a fan of David Tennant, but I don't really like Matt Smith.
Which one is Tennant and which one is Smith?
Matt Smith was the one who was with the redhead Amy Pond. He was the fish and custard, more wackier one.
Okay, let me ask it this way. Which one left Rose in a different dimension?
David Tennant.
Okay. Yeah, I like David Tennant. Matt Smith looks like an alien.
I like David Tennant. I mean, he is an alien, but Matt Smith was sort of all the silly stuff that David Tennant did, and then multiply that by 11. And I can't really deal with that. Christopher Eccleston I really loved because he just didn't take shit from anyone. I thought he was fucking fantastic.
Oh my god, look at this death pit over here. Jesus. Beautiful. Sorry, go on.
And the current one, I can't believe I've forgotten his name because he's currently my contender for the best.
Oh, Peter Capaldi.
Yeah. Oh, he is just... Because he's basically, if Christopher Eccleston did more...
He sounds a lot like he is Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear. That is what I'm hearing.
Have you ever heard of... Oh, there was a British show. I can't remember. It was like a... It wasn't really a show. It was just like a big special thing. Shit, I can't remember the name of it, and he's fantastic in it because all he does is swear, really. But that was like...
Ricky Gervais, or is it someone else?
No.
There's a lot of British people that just do nothing but swear.
I'm talking about Peter Capaldi still.
Oh.
But the biggest thing he was known for was being in something else that I still can't remember the name of, where he just swore a lot. So when he became when he was announced as the new Doctor, everyone was like, "Oh, great! Oh, hell yeah! This is gonna be the best shit."
I'm into that. Ah, damn it!
But the reason why people don't like Christopher Eccleston is because a lot of them are Matt Smith fans, and it's two completely different styles that aren't gonna really gel.
Oh shit! No! Oh, damn it! Okay, well that's what that is. Yeah, I can understand that.
Eccleston was the best, though. They brought in my favourite. Probably the biggest mistake they ever did is in the Christopher Eccleston series. They brought in a monster that only appears if you create a paradox.
Oh, that's cool. I like that idea.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, and it only goes away once you fix the paradox. Like they save Rose's father from being hit by a car, and then it turns up because if that happens, Rose can't exist. But then they realize they can't do most of their plot lines and completely drop the entire thing.
I scored.
Yeah, I did. I almost saved that as well. I don't know why I did.
Yeah.
I try and score it here, miss it, and then I decide, fuck it, you're not getting it, and I turn around.
How'd that work for you? But yeah, well. What does the Paradox Monster look like, and how does it work?
It kind of looked like Man-Bat.
Oh.
I might be remembering it wrong, but I remember it looked like Man-Bat.
I don't think it looks like Man-Bat, buddy. That does not sound like what I would imagine a Paradox Monster to be. See, what I think of...
You've just gone super weird. Whoa, you've just gone super weird.
What?
Oh, you're fixed now. Your microphone went all weird.
But yeah, that's not what I imagine as a Paradox Monster. I imagine like, shit, what, like the swirling vortex of just energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
actually, they did that in one episode.
Black hole, sort of, but more...
They kind of did that
colorful.
in one episode where they had a doodle monster.
A doodle monster, like SpongeBob.
Yes. What was great is that was set, when the episode was set, it was technically a few years in the future, but it was 2012, so it was the Olympics in Britain. So there's some, like, it's a little weird to see now. But yeah, the
I love
Paradox
that shit
Monster.
That's like, it was based on the future, but their future was our past.
Yep. The thing is, the Paradox Monster was really just a bit of a... It's kind of just... It was around to kill some. Like, it just appeared to be... maybe if it was a different paradox, it would appear differently.
Oh, they were just using it to kill off a character?
Well, like, no, it wasn't the thing... Well, it existed, and it was... Because the paradox was that Rose's dad didn't die, it was trying... I think it was trying to kill Rose's dad, and then he does, like, a heroic sacrifice shit where he stands out in front of a car, which... You know, that was a good episode. Nothing
cool.
changed. It was decent, but then they had to get rid of it because they spent a lot of the rest of the show.
Well, according to Fry from Futurama, the secret to good television is everything turns out the exact same in the end, or everything's back to normal in the end. I messed up that quote, but yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea. It's just it doesn't really work if you've got a series based on time travel that's going to be around for quite a few years.
Yeah, well, that's a shame because that sounds like a really cool idea. They could accomplish that.
And that was one of Eccleston's, that was the one. I think that's probably the one monster that Eccleston faced that no one else really got the chance to, because they kind of scrapped it. I'm still annoyed that they've never really. I don't remember any episode where they acknowledge it. They never talk about it. Like no one ever kind of goes.
You guys remember that time we faced the thing that looked like a vagina with a face, and kind of popped up when we changed history?
It just no, because at one point the Doctor, there's one episode and it's really good because when they announced David Tennant was leaving, they did a few extra super long episodes. There was 4 that came out over the space of a year, and they were all super long episodes that led up to his regeneration. In one of them,
right,
he ends up on the first mission to Mars, and on a colony. Well, the first colony on Mars.
That's cool.
And something goes wrong, and when that happens, in history, there was this really famous woman who was the captain who dies, and the Doctor, at that point, is this really great moment where he realises, fuck it, I don't need to let people die so history stays the same. Mm-hmm. I'm saving someone's life. So he saves her life, tells her about it, and then she shoots herself because she knows that history shouldn't really change because her daughter goes on to be one of the greatest space travellers in the world. In the universe. So he there's kind of this moment where he knows what's going on, so he's resigned himself and he tries to stay out of it.
Oh shit, I was MVP! Bitch, suck my dick.
Beautiful! Okay. He realises that, actually, I'm the fucking Doctor, I can do what I want. So he saves her. I think he tells her, or she sees it on a screen and she reads about it and she finds out, and the Doctor's like, oh no, it's all good, go be with your kid. And then the Doctor walks away to go back to the TARDIS to leave, and he just hears a gunshot because she shot herself.
Wow.
Which is just amazing.
That sounds really. I really should maybe just give it a chance.
That's actually.
The show sounds really cool. I need to watch X-Files though. That's on my list too. I'm currently working on Breaking Bad.
Oh, Breaking Bad's good though. I never finished off the last series.
I'm not even sure the last. How many seasons are there in full? Because, I am currently
8.
8? Really? There's only 5 on Netflix. Know. That's some bullshit.
Maybe not 8 then. But they released the last series they did the first half for part of the year and the second half later, and I basically watched from the start to the first half of the end of the last series and then never went back.
Right. So I'm currently on season 2 or 3.
Spoiler alert, they cook meth.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm just making sure.
I'm so glad that my memory is shitty, by the way, because before I decided to watch Breaking Bad recently, because my friend had been bugging me about it for years. He was like, oh, it's such a great show, but I was like, I don't really do TV. I'm into anime right now, because that was my big thing for a long time. I only watched anime. But I recently decided, fuck it, I need to catch up on some Netflix, right? And so, but before I decided to do that, I had gone back and been like, well, what am I missing with Breaking Bad? And I read the entire Wikipedia summary of the plot after the last episode came out. And oh, so that's how it ends, that's how it all goes. I'm so glad I've completely forgotten all of that. Because I knew who exactly died. I know exactly what's going to happen, and now I can't remember it, and that's just perfect.
Yep.
Everything's
I remember reading that originally they were sort of toying with the idea of making it a comedy, which is...
That sounds amazing.
Sort of dark comedy, which is why Walter has arse sex with his wife in the first episode, I think.
No, it's in the second or third episode.
Is it the second? I remember it being in the first, because I remember a mate of mine started trying to get into the show, and he'd watched the first episode and came back to me and was like, yeah, why does he...
Maybe it was the first episode. It was immediately after he found out that he had, cancer or some shit, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the first episode then.
No, wait, no, it was after he killed those dudes.
Well, that might be...
He came back from gassing them out in the car, and he was like, I'm horny, and fucks his wife and then passes out in the bathroom. Heisenberg, take no dick.
But yeah, that was... I mean, they were sort of... I think they were toying with the idea of making it a dark comedy, and then it just goes super serious, which is fine.
It was really, really like well done, that first episode. If that had been where they had gone with the rest of it, I would still watch it. I would absolutely still watch it.
Yeah. I enjoyed Breaking Bad when I watched it. But yeah, Doctor Who, there's always... Everyone always recommends, I think it's the Sound of... Not the... Shit, I can't remember. The Weeping Angels. I don't know the actual name of it.
The Weeping Angels are a cool enemy, but they're creepy as hell.
Yeah, have you seen the episode with them?
Hell no, I haven't.
Oh, there's... Annoyingly, they completely fuck them up later, and it's during the Matt Smith stuff. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like Matt Smith, like the Matt Smith era. Mm-hmm. One of them is Matt Smith himself, but probably the biggest is that they completely fuck up the Angels. Because the idea, if you look at them, they can't move. But if you look away, they can move.
They move and then they touch you and you age until you die.
But in the episode, they make it seem like when you're looking at them, they take on a form that would seem appropriate. And they even at the end of that episode, they actually flash between like different statues in London, like trying to go, ooh, any of these could be like angels, and it was a neat idea. But then they go and in a later episode decide, fuck it, they are actually angels, and they don't even really look that different when they move. They're still stone. They just move.
See, and that's part of the reason why I haven't gotten into Doctor Who, is because there's a lot of that retcon type of shit going on. Like the writers can't decide what they want to do.
There's a big, I don't know, I think it's the current showrunner, but a lot of people don't like the current showrunner because while he can be a good writer, he's not great at running the entire show because he puts in ideas that are just shit. Right. Like he has some really good ideas.
Like what if we have an emotional episode where he braces his daughter and they're like, that's great, Peter. That's good, let's go with that. And he's like, guys, what if he fights shit that comes to life? And they're like, sure.
I mean, the Weeping Angels one is the one, and the best thing about the Weeping Angels one is that the Doctor isn't in it that much, so you kind of get the whole Doctor Who feel. You kind of get the whole Doctor Who feel, but you don't have to have an opinion on the Doctor yet. You can just enjoy this kind of weird sci-fi show in a really pure form. Because it's so good. The Doctor appears as a recording for most of it, and then at the end he kind of shows up and it's sort of oh, you're at a different time than we are. Whoa. But yeah, it's the episode that everyone always recommends. I'm never too certain about it because I know some people aren't a fan for some reason. I don't know why they're not a fan. It's a good episode, but I'm trying to think of a good one. The one where he's on Mars is a good one because that's one of the standalone ones. Mm-hmm. Because they did I think there was one where he was on a train, and he has to help solve like some sort of murder. There's that Mars one, and then there's two more that were sort of the standalone for David Tennant. I think one of them is actually his regeneration.
That's close. Oh, dude, the entire enemy team is in our goal. Let's go. Oh, no, you are not getting that.
I missed it, so I kind of stopped.
I'm rolling back. I'm waiting for it to come forwards. Oh, shit. I was so close.
But yeah, Capaldi's good, but Capaldi, it's the same showrunner that's kind of been fucking up the show, so he's a little... Like
with, who was it that was James Bond? That was a great Bond, but had shitty movies. GoldenEye, I think it was. Damn it. The name is going to come to me, but shit. He had 3 movies. And...
I have no idea.
Pierce Brosnan. Everyone said that, like, he was a shitty Bond, but the fact of the matter was he was a great Bond. He was really fun to watch. The movies were just weak. His script was terrible. Also, what the fuck did they do to Q? Like, what did they do to Q? Not in those movies, but, like, in the recent ones with Daniel Craig. Ugh. Just makes me so mad. I did not like Skyfall.
I didn't. I mean, I had trouble watching Skyfall because it's part of the reason why I don't like going to cinemas at all anymore, because I had to sit in front of someone who, during the opening song, announced loudly to the cinema. No, they announced loudly to the cinema. We were sitting there, the music was playing. And Skyfall's the one sung by Adele, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go, that's Adele, that is. No fucking shit, lady. We know it's Adele.
I thought you were going to say something like they spoiled it for the entire theater.
No.
That would have been much worse. That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's Adele. Yeah, no shit.
No, it wasn't. But it wasn't. It was. She was informing the person next to them as if they couldn't already tell, as if the name hadn't already appeared. They went, "That's Adele, that is," and it's like, we get it. Just keep it in your head.
Well, good Crocky, that's Adele.
That's how I feel about when people read out loud.
Speaking of Adele and the whole Skyfall theme, I really, I didn't like that theme so much. I can respect it. I really like, though, that they've started doing these, the modern artists doing the new Bond themes. Like when the guy from Soundgarden did the theme for Casino Royale.
Yeah.
That was a great theme. Have you ever heard the Poets of the Fall cover of that song, by the way?
No.
Poets of the Fall are the band that did the soundtrack for Alan Wake, and they are just amazing.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Oh, good. Not many people do. I figured I'd mention that. But yeah, their cover is just fantastic. There's also this really cool source film where somebody did a fan animation of the credits for TF2 and used that song in the background. And I can't remember if it was the cover or the original song, but it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, that'll do it for this episode. Join us again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Vague, any parting comments?
I'm not thanking anyone. You can all keep on being lovely human beings.
I thought you were going to say fuck yourselves, but no, you took the high
road.
No,
you can fuck yourself.
Alright, I will. Thank you. We'll see you all next time. I'm going to go fuck myself now.
Do it hard.